Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigvalgrim here, and lately I've made quite a few new accounts, having knowledge of, let's say, a more advanced player, and on those new accounts I find quite a lot of success applying some tips and tricks that I'm going to teach you in this video. So today we're going to take a look at what you can do to get yourself the best possible start in Just 2 Mobile. This video is not going to be a guide on how to start a game, because I've done some of those previously. Those are going to be specific things that you can do to make literally the best start. You don't really need to do, for the most part, any of these. You don't really need to do them, but if you do them, you're going to have a much easier time. So with all that being said, subscribe if you enjoyed the video and let's get into it. So, the first thing, it's about the league. When you, as long as you unlock leagues, you should be in a league. And that's pretty self-explanatory, and the tip is not about just being in a league, because I wouldn't even put it in there. But yeah, as soon as you unlock leagues, you should be in a league, because you will get tons of rewards from leagues, and you don't even have to be able to do a lot of damage. Every place gets a reward, right? But which league should you be in? Well, the common consensus is that a new player should be in tier 6, because tier 6 is going to be good enough for him, and at the same time he has the chance to get in the top 10 to get artifacts. But if you wanted to go out of your way and really research and really put some research into this and find the proper leagues, a tier 6 league is not a good league to start off with straight right. You are best off starting in a tier 8 league until you get yourself King of Land Sacrament unlocked, because until you get King unlocked, you're not going to go in the top 10 at the tier 6 league. So it's best to stay in a tier 8 league for like 3 to 4 weeks until you get King unlocked. And once you get King unlocked, it's the best to move to a tier 6 league to get the top 10 and get a chance to get an artifact. But until you get King, there's no way you're going to get, for the most part, in most tier 6 league top 10. So the main purpose of being in a tier 6 league is the chance to get top 10. So since you're not going to go that way, then joining a tier 8 league until you get unlock King is going to yield you far more credits and more materials. And at the same time, there's an achievement that's going to give you mainly gems and a few other stuff for completing certain raids. And when you complete, let's say, a tier 6 raid, it's going to unlock the achievements for all the raids until tier 6. And when you complete tier 8, it's also going to unlock the achievements for all the raids all the way to tier 8. So if you don't join a tier 8 league straight away, you'll not have straight away access to that achievement. And if you do that, you are going to have some sweet additional gems to start off with. But yeah, this is the tip number 1. It might be hard for some people to find leagues, but what can I say to you is that you're not looking hard enough. Like, there are plenty of discords. Join my discord. We got their chats where people can find leagues. Look at Facebook groups, look at Discord groups, ask on the Just 2 Mobile Reddit. It's easy nowadays to find a league, and you'll most likely find a place that you can call home and benefit from. With that being said, let's get into tip number 2. So, it's common consensus, and I always put a lot of accent onto this: get King of Land Sacrament from the League Store. But this tip is not about it. Wouldn't include it if it was about it. This is straightforward. Most people know this. But there's another thing you can do before getting King. So you got something in the League Store and both in the Arena Store that's called Jon Stewart Green Lantern. That's going to be a gold character that unlocks at 2 stars, that meaning you'll only need 80 shards to unlock him, and he's got an armor pierce ability, and even if you don't use him as a damage dealer early on, you can still use him as a support character, and he might be a very good addition to your roster. So, if at the start of the game you feel like you're struggling, you feel like you're getting unlucky with the chests and not getting gold characters, I recommend that you buy Jon Stewart Green Lantern, both from the League Store and from the Arena Store, until you unlock him at 2 stars. Then you switch back to King. But if you need a little bit of a boost, if you need a little bit of a head start on that, if you need one additional character that will help you out in Arena, then Jon Stewart Green Lantern, if you start your account right before an Arena season ends to get the rewards for that and then move on to the next, and you join quickly after or before raid ends, let's say, you can get him as soon as day 3. Not a lot of people will be able to do that, but I guarantee you as soon as day 4 or at most day 5 you'll be able to unlock him, and then you can switch to buying King. But if you do unlock him, buy his gifts from the Arena Store, don't waste league credits on that. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get to the next step. The third tip is to get at the very least Elite 1 every season. And you might be like, we know that sequel, but how do you do that? It's impossible again. No, it's not that hard, okay? But I'm going to quickly explain you how it goes. So I have a full in-depth guide about how to get Elite 4 in every season. I'll link it down below. But in order to get when you start a new account, in order to get at the very least Elite 1 and then Elite 4, you need to have two things. First up is skill, and second up is luck. First, luck. You got an old account, then that you made previously, and then took a huge break from it and then started the game again, then you are going to have a hard time in the arena, because that's now not how the arena system works. Also a video for arena system explained down in the description if you're curious about that one, but quick summary of it. In arena you're going to be competing against other players. There's no set amount of points to get Elite 1, it is just compared to the performance of other players. So, there are also multiple arenas, and when you're a new player, you're going to get placed in the most recent arena. When does a new arena come out? So when is basically the best time to make a new account? The best time to make a new account, and when usually an arena comes out, is when there's a huge update. A huge update that puts the game in maintenance and requires a download from the store to update it. That's when a new arena starts usually. So that's the best time to start your account. This is luck. This is the luck part, okay? Now then there's a skill part. So, even if you're going to make an account day 1, you'll still have a hard time getting Elite 1 unless you get yourself pretty good at fighting and at playing the game. The thing is, a lot of people think about, oh, my arena is too hard, my arena is too hard. It might be, but at the same time, you might not be that good yet at the game. And that's okay. You're a beginner, that's to be expected. But the thing is, you should at the same time, rather than thinking that arena is too hard for you, actually playing arena and getting better at arena. But yeah, with all that being said, if you, let's say, made an account in a bad arena, keep playing on that account and practice until you get good at fighting, and when a new arena is released, make a new account and you're going to destroy it. Now, getting into the fourth tip. Fourth tip, don't waste your credits. Your credits are very important, but not for the things that you think there. There are two big things that can waste your credits. Number one is rerolling talents. I have an account that's, let's say, almost 9 months old, and all the way now I'm considering rerolling talents with credits. Haven't rerolled in 9 months talents with credits at all, because they're going to give you very little of a bonus if you get them right. Like, don't get me wrong, the perfect build for characters should have epic talents, but as a new player, getting epic talents is not your priority because it's very luck reliant, and even if you get crazy lucky, the investment of credits is not going to be worth the added performance of the character. Definitely roll your talents, but use the free rolls. Talents are number one thing. You shouldn't spend your money on the start. Number two thing is unnecessary star ups for characters. You open yourself a chest, you unlock more shards for Primal Swamp Thing, you can make your Primal Swamp Thing to 4 stars. Your Primal Swamp Thing is in the back of your roster. You haven't used that man in weeks, maybe in months, but you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to start him up, it's going to give my account more tread. No, don't do that. Because if you do that, you simply waste credits, you're dumping credits on a character that they're not going to use. Only upgrade characters that you're going to use. I know, it's going to be an annoying notification over there where it says roster. It's going to display a 1, a 2, a 9+, because you haven't started up your character. Your roster is going to look terrible with a lot of characters that are ready to be promoted. But at the end of the day, you're going to save tons of credits by not doing that, because you should only start promoting the characters that you're going to use. And then you might ask yourself, what am I going to use gems for? Upgrading abilities. Upgrading ability is going to give you not that huge of an advantage, but it's going to be a gradual advantage. It's going to be a guaranteed advantage, not an advantage that relies on RNG, random generated effects. It does not rely on luck. It's simply pay this and you get that, and that is the best way to spend your gems early on into the game. But with all that being said, let's get to the last step. So now we get into the shard requests. You're going to be in a league, right? We have already established that. You're going to find yourself a good league, and other than the rewards you're going to get from the league, you're going to get something else. Shard exchange. In shard exchange you can put characters to get shards for. And of course you should do that every single day. Of course, after you unlock King, you should request shards for King until you get him all the way to 6 stars. But until you unlock King, what are you going to request? A random character you get from the arena seasons? No. You're going to go ahead in the shard request for the most part. It might differ for each people. Like if you get yourself, let's say, like if it was like now when we got 2 seasons in a row for Mythic Wonder Woman and you only needed like 80 shards to get her to 5 stars, then get her to damn 5 stars. That's a no-brainer. But a lot of people are not going to be in that situation. And gold characters require a lot of shards to get to a higher star rating, right? But silvers don't. Don't get me wrong, don't go ahead and get to 2 stars and 3 stars or your silvers in your roster through league requests. Not all of them are good, but some of them are very good and they're going to give you very good value. Shard requests for Batman, shard requests for Dr. Fate, shard requests for Bane. Yes, those are characters available in the campaign, but getting them to from 1 star to 2 stars in the early parts of the game or from 2 to 3 stars is going to be very beneficial for you, and you will see the benefits of doing that. But yeah. This was pretty much the last tip, and those were pretty much all the, let's say, tips and tricks that I could give you about this, and tricks that I use myself to level up the new accounts that I made. And with all that being said, if you enjoyed the video as usual, like, comment, subscribe, dislike it if you dislike it, maybe hit that bell button. By the way, I got a new streaming channel, you'll see a link to it in the description, I'm stream only there, guys. And with all that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!